Hello, my name is Eunice Tolulope Olatunji, and I want to drop this message for someone who is out there and thinking if you have made the right decision, if you've been taken for granted. God never leaves you. If you're a good person, if you truly love God, God never leaves his own. He will always bless you. I read the story of Abraham. He emigrated at age 75. As in, he left his father's and mother's land for a place that he did not know. He said he had God, that God said he should leave. That's what we read. At 75. At that time, he had no child. At 75, imagine. But some people left with him, including his nephew, Lot. And as they were going, they got to a land, and God said, this is the land I'm going to give you. And then there was inflation, there was famine. And I think about it, there is much in Egypt. I think we should move to Egypt. And himself and his wife and everybody around him moved to Egypt. But going to Egypt, he thought about it, that my wife is so beautiful. What can I do? And he thought to himself, babe, we are even related, so it's not really a lie. When they ask you who you are to me, just tell them you're my sister, so that they will be favorable to us. And truly they got there. And they lied that Sarah was his sister, not wife. And because of Sarah, they got some benefits from the land. But God appeared to the king and warned him, these ladies, you cannot touch her. And the king was so angry that, why did they lie to us? And called Abraham. Why did you do this? They've been caught red-handed, and he said, oh, we're sorry. We thought you would take the woman from us. Oh, so you did this. At that point, they deported them from Egypt. I believe they will be praying that, oh, this one will catch us, maybe God will come to intervene and all of that. See, no matter what you're doing, don't try to play God. Don't try to cut corners and be thinking that God will just rubber stamp what you've done. They deported them. And he has to go back to the land that God had shown him, that this is the land I'm putting you, this is where I'm asked to stay. And they had to go back there. And in that place, because they have so much, the resources was not enough for himself and his nephew. Remember, it was him that heard the call that I'm going to give you a place. And the nephew said, I'm following my uncle. I'm following my uncle. And because the resources is now small, the men of his nephew started fighting Abraham's men over the resources that was available. I will imagine that Lot will say that, this is my benefactor. Please don't fight. Whatever we can get, just get it. But he did not do that. In fact, when Abraham as elder called him, Lot, come. We are family. We shouldn't allow this to disturb us. Don't let us fight. I've done a matter in Lagos, a family matter, that the eldest was taking over the entire estate. I'm like, oh, you are the elder. The younger one is saying that, come and give account. I said, no, it's on a taboo. You cannot ask elder to come and give account. No. The fact that you are older than somebody does not mean that you cannot be the peacekeeper, the person that keep the peace, that promote the peace. Abraham did not say, because I am the one that brought you, so everything here should normally even belong to me. Even everything you have is mine. He did not do that. He said, okay, pick the area that you wanted. And Lot looked and picked the most fertile land. The plain, he picked the most fertile place and does not care whether the uncle's sheep and flocks survive or not, whether the uncle survive or not. But Abraham did not say, Lord, you are greedy. Why would you take the most flourishing part? Why do you take? No, he said, that's the place you wanted, and allowed Lord to go so that they will have peace. Sometimes we need to eat the humble pie. Sometimes we just need to let go of our ego or whatever we've done for people. Just let them be. What happened to Abraham? God said, see this path that you have chosen. As far as your eyes can see, I've given them to you. I will bless you. And God blessed Abraham. He never lacked. Not where he went to. He went to go and stay with ungodly people. But Abraham did not say, wherever, if you can die, if you want to die, die, nothing concerns me. It's every opportunity he had, he was always defending Lot, always speaking on behalf of Lot. And I want you, anywhere you are listening to me, please, don't do good and sit on it that I have done this. They should recognize me. Is there anybody that you helped that will acknowledge it? No matter how you do it, some people say you didn't do well. They may even turn against you. But if you're doing the right thing, God will always fight for you. God will always come through for you. So be the peacekeeper, and you will be blessed, you and your entire family. I hope you've learned something from this story. One, don't try to play smart with God. Be sure of what you're doing. Don't do things because everybody is doing it. Be clear that you have instruction to do this, so that you can always go back to God and say, God, this is where you have brought me. There is no age limit to when you can start anything, whether a career, whether moving to wherever you want to move to. Don't bother about the shout around you that, oh, you two, you are moving. If you need to move, if you know that you've heard that instruction to move, please move. And God will go with you. But please don't try to sabotage yourself by cutting corners. God will not rubber stamp wrongdoing. So please, let's be careful whatever we do. And lastly, be the peacekeeper. Be the peace advocates. It's not everyone that you have shown favor that will recognize it, that will acknowledge it, or that will pay you back. But God Almighty will always reward your good deeds. He sees everything you do. He knows your intention, and he will reward you. Thank you.